Good morning and welcome in on this Wednesday. Dan Hardenbrook, as always, coming to you from the Duke Sports Shop Studios in downtown Newberry. Glad to have you along as we take a look at the latest local news headlines. It is your Wednesday morning Newberry News Update here on M123FM. Your morning news this morning being brought to you by the Newberry News. Here's a look at this week's front page headlines from the Newberry News. Help is wanted as businesses continue to desperately search for workers. The Tequamanon area schools will be searching for a new elementary principal. Tequamanon area senior citizens have received a roof estimate. And life after meth, how a Newberry man is trying to help others get clean. You can check out those stories and more in this week's edition of the Newberry News, available now. Here are this morning's local news headlines. A suspect was arrested and is currently in custody after a traffic stop turned physical and led to shots being fired by a Luce County Sheriff's deputy in the early morning hours yesterday. The Michigan State Police say that they are continuing their investigation into the incident that took place in downtown Newberry in the early morning hours of June 8th. According to authorities, a Luce County Sheriff's deputy was investigating a call of a possible breaking and entering at the Newberry Water and Light plant when he observed a suspicious vehicle in the area. The deputy made contact with the driver through a traffic stop and say that the driver appeared under the influence of drugs and or alcohol. The driver refused to turn over proper identification or vehicle information, and that's when authorities say things turned physical. According to police reports, the driver then attempted to reach into his pocket, at which time the Luce County Sheriff's deputy tried to stop his actions. The driver then assaulted the deputy, striking him in the face multiple times before attempting to flee the scene in the vehicle while the deputy was still partially inside. The sheriff's deputy was dragged a short distance but managed to draw his firearm and fire multiple shots at the suspected driver. Authorities say the deputy was able to free himself. However, the driver eventually fled the scene. Multiple agencies from around the region joined together in the search for the suspect, who was identified as Newberry resident Brett Dalton Blakely. A be on the lookout advisory was issued for Blakely and his vehicle around 11:25 a.m. yesterday. Blakely was eventually apprehended and taken into custody when he was found at a residence in downtown Newberry in the middle afternoon hours yesterday. The Michigan State Police says that no charges have currently been filed and that they're continuing their investigation into the incident. Alcohol is believed to be a factor in an Alger County vehicle crash that recently took place. 5 people were seriously injured in a vehicle crash that took place in Autrain Township Friday just before 8 o'clock. Michigan State police officers are handling the crash investigation. The accident took place on Tower Road near M94. Troopers are saying that alcohol was a factor in the incident. According to reports, 5 people were in a Toyota pickup truck from the Trenery and Escanaba area. Some of the occupants were related. Police say the driver left the road and hit a tree, injuring everyone inside the truck, including a dog who was euthanized at the scene. All the passengers were taken to the UP Health System Marquette for treatment with no information on their conditions. Police have not yet released why the truck left the roadway. No arrests, names, or possible charges being released until the time of arraignment. The students and staff at Tequamanon area schools will be treated to a special end-of-the-year celebration that'll take place tomorrow. As one of the more difficult school years in history comes to an end, the Newberry Area Ministerial Association is going to be grilling out hot dogs and hamburgers for approximately 600 students and staff members who have finished the school year with Tequamanon area schools. The Newberry Area Ministerial Association is teaming up with local businesses and area churches to provide the special meal, which will include hot dogs and hamburgers, chips, desserts, as well as bottled water. and more. Local grilling pro Randy Hildebrandt going to be manning the grill station. Assisting the chef will be Pastor Jim Duflo of Living Water Assembly Church. Pastors from the local area church groups will also be assisting with the event as NEMA and TAS celebrate the end of another school year. The Tequamanon Motorcycle Club will host their first round of motocross action for the summer this weekend at the TMC Motorsports Park on M28 here in Newberry. Saturday and Sunday feature a full field of motocross classes and entries, with racing starting around 9 a.m. with practice laps at the motocross track. Also, Saturday night will feature flat track racing at the back track. Registration for that will start Saturday night at 5 o'clock with practice laps starting at 6. The public is encouraged to come on out, cheer on local and regional riders as they take to the track, the TMC Motorsports Park, this weekend. That is your latest local news this morning. It's brought to you today by the Newberry News. Don't forget, pick up your copy. Latest edition of the Newberry News, available now. Time now to check in with sports this morning. The Tigers brought less than 10,000 people into Comerica Park last night for their first full capacity home game of the season. While the crowd stayed light, the Tigers did pick up a victory as they knocked off the Seattle Mariners 5-3. The Tigers got a big boost from Eric Haas, who hit a 2-run home run to spark the Tigers' offense. Detroit, now 25-35, continues their first homestand in front of a full allowed capacity this week. Denver Nuggets big man Nikola Jokic has been named the NBA's MVP for the season. The former second-round pick becomes the sixth international player to be awarded the NBA's top individual honor. Jokic was a runaway winner, claiming 91 of 101 first-place votes and finishing with 971 total points in the voting. Jokic was one of just 11 players in the league to play in all 72 games this season. Another Michigan university has announced full capacities for their football season in the fall of 2021. Waldo Stadium at Western Michigan University will be open to a full capacity of just over 30,000 people when the Broncos open their season at home against Illinois State on Saturday, September 11th. Latest local weather forecast for the day today. Here's what you can expect. Patchy fog in the morning, otherwise sunny, highs in the low 80s. Northeast winds 5 to 10. Winds could gust as high as 20 miles per hour. Thursday, sunshine, highs in the mid-80s. South winds 10 miles per hour. For your Friday, slight chance of showers, partly sunny, highs in the upper 70s. This is your latest Newberry News update here on M123FM.